Hello everybody, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Extreme Homes Live. I'm Sean, this is Mark, and we'll basically Time Magazine just voted us the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts a couple of days ago, which is incredible. We actually spoke on the phone a couple of hours ago to a good friend, Donald Trump, who actually funds most of these polls, and I actually said to Donald, I said, Donald, how come Stevie's never done more like live shows? And Donald said, because he'd be in jail. So basically, I have to start the live show on a sour note. As I just mentioned, Stevie, he usually hosts the show, right? He's a very wonderful guy, but he's very greedy and very selfish. And there's currently criminal proceedings going on with Stevie right now, and I don't really want to go into it in depth, but I'll make it as concise as I can, right? So a couple of weeks ago, we did a poll that was $100,000, but Batman will begin patrolling your local town or city, right? So basically he's going to be violent, petty, you know, dropping litter, he's going to break your arm, he's really over the top, right? Any little misdemeanour, if it's breaking, if it's fraud, or if it's dropping chewing gum on the street, he's going to get after you. Little did we know that Batman started in Glasgow today, his reign of terror. And Stevie very selfishly decided he was going to go out and get some lunch for himself. Didn't ask me or Mark, obviously, because that's what Stevie's like. And he dropped the wrapper of his sausage and egg McMuffin onto the floor. Now, Stevie didn't know this, but Batman was patrolling that area. Batman jumped out the Batmobile, sprinted over to Stevie, leathered him black and blue apparently, huckled him, put him into the Batmobile boot, took him to the nearest police station, and Stevie now remains there in the prison cell. So, pray for Stevie and all that stuff, but just between us guys, I'm glad.
It's worked out quite well, actually.
I know, because he was a nightmare. Bad organiser, bad planning, bad everything. So, I think...
It's getting quite bored there, to be honest.
So we'll go on with the show.
Yes, sorry.
What's it?
Apologies, I know you filled me here. Going for a show. Mark, Sean.
Steve, do you use me to tell people? We're really worried about you.
Appreciate the genuine concern. It's okay if true, everybody knows where I've been. Don't really want to go in there. I don't really want to talk about it for more than I need to. If you can just give me a few minutes,
Stevie,
I'll just deal with it.
this is Stevie's favourite beer, right? It's the Mango IPA, Innis Gunn. It's the best beer. Believe us, nobody knows beer more than we do. But look, Stevie, I think we should just draw a line under it. Obviously what happened with Batman happened. Just drink this beer and get the power of Hulkamania inside you, mate.
Do you know something, Sean?
Yeah.
I can feel it. I can actually feel it right now.
Huh?
I can feel the power of Innis Gunn.
Is that running through your brain?
It's running through my brain, my veins, everywhere.
Everything.
I'm telling you. Everyone, hello and welcome to Extreme Polls Live, brought to you, of course, by Innis Gunn. Now, if I could just say a few words, I'd be a better public speaker. But seriously. Great, thank you. I mean, I have to say, it's amazing to be here at the Record Factory, and this is indeed our anniversary show. In the year that we started the podcast, we've collaborated with the Scotland national team, billionaire tech mogul, John McAfee. We've had Wales national treasure himself, Bootlegger, was a huge fan of us. We've managed to piss off Michael Barrymore a few times. Correct. And obviously we're in official partnership as well with Innis Gunn, as well as Microsoft, Amazon and, can I say the other one? And Tesla. Okay. I have to say, right, it's a Monday night, it's pelting the rain and it's freezing, so it sounds like an ideal time to get something off our chest. Mark, it's fantastic to see you back in Scotland, really.
Thank you.
Come on, sit down, Stevie. Come on, right. You've got my mic as well, which is right, yeah.
And you killed, I thought you killed mine as well. To be honest, it's actually a bit shock to the system, being back in Glasgow. I've been away for a few months. We've appointed Boris Johnson President, Prime Minister twice. Half of Glasgow's buildings have been on fire. And Stevie's got a luscious new head of hair.
I was waiting on that wee dig there. But anyway, I'm delighted that you haven't actually swallowed yet, Mark. It's been great.
Well, it's good to have Mark back in Glasgow, but see, the problem is that obviously we are now a huge YouTube success. I don't know if you guys maybe missed this, but I did a video with John McAfee, it's got millions of views, and we get monetised, and we're now making ridiculous amounts of money. I mean, it's absolutely absurd, right? But they don't like a particular word on YouTube that begins in C and ends in T. And Mark likes this word, and you know, as much as I love my cousin Mark, I'm not really happy to see him back in this live show because I think Innis Gunn might drop us, or other people might drop us, but maybe you know what the word is, Mark?
Cunt?
Yes.
As in Boris Johnson's a cunt?
Yeah.
Yes. Sean, why do we bother doing this?
Well, that's us just lost our Conservative donation. They were funding us for years and now it's gone. We're going to have to go to the Green Party or something like that.
Unbelievable. Right, well, moving on with this live podcast. Mark, when it comes to the segment here, again, not off your chest, I do believe this is more a case of a missed opportunity. Is that correct?
I think ever since I've been a child, I've always heard certain songs and thought there could be a slight improvement there. You know, we could. I tend to remember when I was a child and Bob Dylan knocking on Heaven's Door, and I used to change it to Kevin's. Oh, I think I actually thought it was Kevin's Door, because Heaven's Door just didn't make sense to me. I thought, fuck that, Kevin's getting his door chapped. But there was the song Psycho Killer. I've always thought that's been teed up for the wrong ending. It was just Psycho Killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Fuck off. It's just, it has to go there.
Agreed.
Another one, Pink Floyd, Shine On, You Crazy Diamond. I'd listened to that for quite a long time, not with additional substances. And I always thought, Shine on, you crazy bastard, was a far better ending.
Yeah.
And my last one was, I haven't been paying much attention to this tune, but it has always been in my head, you know that, correct me if I've got the lyrics wrong. Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. And if, you know, you're history.
Yes.
Just turned into the North Curve here. Excellent stuff.
It's funny you should mention that. I've only got one, Mark, that fits into that. I was in Canada for 2 years and I used to go to some basketball matches and all that. And I would watch them on the TV, the hockey and all that. And the Canadian national anthem always upset me because it starts, for those of you not unfamiliar with the Canadian national anthem, it's quite a beautiful ballad. But it goes, "Oh Canada, our home and native land, and I can't help falling in love with you." Thank you very much, Toronto. I was in Nashville last weekend. So I'm always expecting...
Is that Trump or Elvis?
No, it's Elvis. It's Elvis. I've watched thousands of hours of footage of Elvis. It was definitely Elvis. So yeah, I've always thought that, and what a lovely sentiment to put into a country, instead of all this like we're going to march to war and all that, I can't help falling in love with you.
I have to say, I mean, I'm stunned that was such a tame reopener there, but I can change the dynamics here and really get something off my chest. Now, a lot of people, I'm sure in the audience here, will be very familiar with that horrible term and meme that was out, saying, are you in the right headspace to receive some information that could possibly hurt you, which was normalising psychotic part, pretty frightening. Now I have to say, we have a group chat here, and when Mark says anything like, by the way, BTW, I'm expecting the worst. So, you know this, I am
You're not
always
the first person that said that to me.
It says more about you than me, probably. But yeah, honestly, so whenever this Mark says by the way or anything in a group chat is I'm almost expecting a breakdown. But honestly, see when it's if Mark was to change that and he said something like, are you in the right headspace to receive some information that could possibly hurt you? I can't imagine how terrifying that could possibly be, and I'm sure you definitely agree with me.
I didn't know about this until about a week ago. That was the first time I'd ever heard of that, because I'm not addicted to Twitter and that. Am I killing this mind?
No. It's popular. It's like for those of you who don't know what this thing is, it's like someone sent this message to someone. They sent that line, are you in the right headspace to receive some information that could possibly hurt you? So they sent that line to someone, and what does this person say back to it? Are they just typing?
They're just typing.
They're just typing.
They're just typing away, but it's probably going to be something devastating.
No, they're just like, no, but now I'm going to be worried for the whole fucking night.
And we actually did come up with certain examples of these as well.
Do you think Hitler said that to Stalin before he invaded? When Stalin was like, no, he would never invade me, never invade me. What would you call it? What did they do in those days? How did they talk to each other?
Morse code.
What's
I
that?
don't think Morse code. I think they could text each other, but it was a telegram. Did they send him a telegram saying, are you in the right headspace to receive some information that could possibly hurt you? I've just invaded Poland. So there you go. But anyway, do we not have some actual examples that we knocked up earlier?
Yes.
We do indeed, and if we can get Roy there to knock up one of the slides, whatever Roy is.
Roy was just doing all
Roy's
that technical stuff, I think.
Yeah, there's a big man there. So yes, if we have one click we can see here, which is one of the examples of this horrible bit of batter where Batman is saying that to Commissioner Gordon. No doubt the worst possible time, which would be after Batgirl was shot at the Joker.
Aye, Batman.
I mean, that is Scotland.
Because everybody knows
Stevie is a fanboy big time of the Batman one.
I'm aware that the crowd probably aren't big Batman marks like myself, but yes, it was probably the most devastating moment of his Commissioner Gordon's life, and Batman's delivery.
Wait a minute. That was the most devastating moment of his life. Is he smoking a fag?
Yes.
Aye, to relax.
Doesn't look that bothered.
He can't, no, because he's not got the information yet. Batman's going to give him it
Right, okay.
before that happens. So he's just relaxing, having a bag, just waiting on Batman. And so Batman's going to go at the angle that he's... Who is Batgirl again? Her.
Barbara Gordon, which was his daughter.
Nerd alert.
Who's her cousin?
I'd like to say everybody I have actually kissed a girl, but if I can please move on. I have. Moving on to the next slide. After this one, we came up with, which is again, this one, which of course is a big man, George W. Bush, receiving this information on a fateful day of 9/11. I can't remember what actually happened, but I'll come back to that at some point.
But he continued reading a book after. So he continued after it. So he clearly said no.
No, he said, look, this book's absolutely outstanding, and I believe the book was My Pet Goat.
I can see his point, to be honest. That is a fantastic book, no doubt. And also, one more slide here.
A personal favourite.
Our favourite indeed is the wee man, Mario. After going through so many worlds, so many castles, he thinks he's finally found the princess after Bart and Bowser for what? How many times? 50?
It's honestly unbelievable what that guy's went through for that princess.
But yes, he's having to get Toad, a wee too-fit guy, smaller than Mario, to just be patronising him and just deliver again. Mario already knows what's coming, but it's the fact that Toad's probably been through that repetitive. And
So this is Toad telling him, by the way, Princess Peach has been stolen and you need to go rescue her.
Do you think Princess Peach and Bowser is an inside job?
Yes.
She actually just tease it up.
She just...
The two of them are going to just do one.
Because if you think about it, right, I know there's people in here maybe not played the Mario games, right, but most of the Mario games take place, or some of them certainly take place inside her castle. And her castle's just filled with dungeons and lava and all that, and you think,
Well, does us not shoot them in? They've been there beforehand. So I think it's an inside job, yes.
Okay. Well, are we okay? I have got it off my chest. Can I move on to the poll segment? Is that
Yes.
okay, guys?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'm going to move on to the poll segment now, and if we can have the next slide on. So this one, we're going to talk about Batman himself patrolling your city.
If you have any like PTSD, Stevie, just it's alright, you can go backstage and calm down.
No, it was not. However, if you give me 2 seconds, I'm going to have to rattle up this poll as well here just now, which was... I'm going to take this one.
Just read it for there.
I actually can't read that, that's how bad.
I'll read it out.
Thank you.
$100,000, but Batman will begin patrolling your local town or city for the next 5 years. Despite upholding the law, he is extremely petty, trivial and excessively violent to all that break the law. Everyone will know that you're responsible for his presence. So yes.
I'm not going to say anything, don't worry. I'm not going to say anything about this.
What did may or may not happen today?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably best.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and get on with the show because I'm here to deliver.
So can we just discuss, like, as part of that Batman universe, or because it's now in Glasgow technically,
Yep.
are we getting access to the Joker and the Riddler?
Highly unlikely, Mark, that we're going to travel that far.
But Stevie did mention previously that Bane travels.
Yes, Stevie said the line today, Bane travels.
He does,
I don't think he travels conventionally though.
No, but he
like,
does have a passport, believe me. He does.
How does that work?
Because he's valid for a passport.
So
How
does
much
he
dodgy
take
as
off the
fuck?
mask?
Well, I don't know, he's obviously got contacts, but he definitely does travel. It happens in the comics, but honestly it does.
Mate, there's a lot of stuff happens in comics.
I'm
Like,
very aware of that. But
I
Bane
can't
does
see
travel.
him turning up at Heathrow. I mean, I had a hell of a time at Heathrow yesterday, and I looked nothing like Bane.
You are
So-
worse than Bane in many aspects, so.
Possibly.
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is that if a guy like Bane turns up, he ain't getting through customs. It's not happening.
Not a chance.
Joker might have a chance.
Joker might take off his I've heard that Joker's coming to Scotland.
But it's not Glasgow.
No. He's an Edinburgh man.
He's more an Edinburgh man. I think it's definitely.
I think the Joker's eyeing up a team in that Hearts. He's eyeing up a place in that Hearts team. I think he's a left back.
He wears maroon a lot, doesn't
A
he?
marauding left back. But the Joker would probably travel because he is obsessed with Batman. So if you take that poll, you're probably going to have bestowed upon the people of your local town or city, which in this case is Glasgow, bestowed upon an extreme supervillain. So that's pretty selfish, to be honest. I think the carnage that's going to happen in your city, just because 100 grand for total carnage. But then think of the other thing, like we were saying earlier, Mark. There's a I don't know what it is. It's like a study that says the existence of a superhero means that the supervillains have to exist as well. So in Scotland, well, surely organic supervillains would be popping up all over the place, Mark.
I believe Stevie, again, having kissed a girl or not, knows the name of that. What's it called?
Well, there was one called when you thought about the actual name of the...
Yeah, it's got like all the
It's called-
baddies.
sorry,
All the
okay.
baddies in one, yeah.
Yeah, what are they called?
It is called the Rogues Gallery.
Right.
The Rogues Gallery. So there would be, Glasgow would spawn its own rogues.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a bit more interesting.
And who might those rogues be, Stevie?
Well, we have a few candidates, and one of them indeed would be the Flyman, if it was based in Glasgow. Now,
So what? Tell us about the Flyman.
Tell us, what does he do?
the Flyman would essentially, his daytime role would be a bogus gas man, but he would be heavily fraudulent. The Flyman would be also as well, I noticed there's a few people in here with tickets that probably I didn't see putting them in an Eventbrite, so I don't know if the Flyman's...
I did see on eBay there was some.
It's down to the Flyman in my opinion.
Yeah.
So the Batman's clearly not doing his job there, not that I'm making any criticism because I'm sure he's fine. But certainly any fake DVDs, knockoff stuff, the Flyman would be all about
Fake
it.
watches to
Yeah.
sell it to old grannies?
That's his prey.
Prey.
That's his prey.
Yeah.
But
So
I think he'd be a formidable foe,
So we-
definitely.
We could have Round Dodger.
You
he would just basically build up tabs, not pay for them. Go to the toilet when people are expecting him to pay.
But does he begin friendships with people?
Of course, he just seduces them. He brings them in, builds up long friendships, and then fucks off.
And what is his... does he do anything really bad? Because obviously, like, Batman villains, pretty much, it's either terrorism or some form of murder. Is there anything really, truly, terribly bad that he does? That's any muggins or anything like...
Sometimes a bit, he kind of keeps that in the down low. He focuses more on the fraudulent element and the lack of pain.
Huh?
And he particularly likes hanging about the horseshoe bar.
Interesting.
Sean, I believe as well that you were identifying a potential rogue.
I think this rogue would be a couple of days, and this rogue's going to be around this city. He's called the Bookmaker, right? It's a bit more sinister than Round Dodger and Flyman, but the Bookmaker basically just stalks people and murders them.
A bit more sinister,
right? But he leaves a bookie slip on the dead body with like 5-1 Maggie Campbell decapitation. And he goes to...
Was that 5-1?
5-1.
Sounds like a fucking 1,000 to 1
What he
shot.
does is he goes to underground betting, whatever, like black market betting, and he says to them, you know, what odds are you going to give me on decapitation of Alfie, for example, the night? And they'll say 20-1, you're never going to get that job done tonight, Alfie's too smart for this. And then he goes out and tries to get it done. So a very sinister rogue, but I think he's definitely going to turn up in Glasgow.
Probably my favourite would be Dr. Problem. He's a psychiatrist. And generally he needs that money, doesn't he? He's just trying to get money off of people. But rather than prescribing them normal drugs, he prescribes them absinthe and vodka to ply them so that they're unconscious, and he can get them to buy things on his behalf.
Stevie, could you maybe step in here, because is this not what the Scarecrow does? To a lesser extent, but he does it with fear toxin.
He does it with fear toxin, and the Scarecrow is mostly... It's Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow, if you want to really get into that.
No, I don't think anyone did, Stevie.
Well, the pedant in me, yes, it sounds very much like the Scarecrow, and that sort of role he would definitely play.
But also, we were talking earlier about Dr. Problem. Does he not prey on people with mental health and social media?
Yes, sorry, that is his key component.
And what he does is he brings them into his psychiatry lab, and he plies them with vodka, absinthe, and then he puts that fear toxin on, and he gets the people to give like their bank details and all that, and he just totally defrauds them. He don't think he murders anybody. Or I think there's accidental.
He murders our bank accounts.
He murders bank accounts. But it's funny because he sounds a bit similar to Alan Brazil. When Alan Brazil was talking to that guy, James Acaster. Has anybody seen that? Hands up if you've seen that. Right.
See, I'm part of another fucking world, because the two of them are laughing about this all the time. And
right, I'll just describe it for you, right? Alan Brazil, everybody knows who Alan Brazil is. Big, huge head that's about to explode. Talk sport radio.
Ex-professional football legend.
Well, they got this guy to come on. They got this stand-up comedian to come on to his show, and Alan Brazil's sitting there with his big red face, and the guy's sitting and he's really opening up. He's saying, you know, I was suicidal. I didn't want to get out of bed in the morning. I didn't want to. And Alan Brazil's sitting there going, was it that bad? Really? Was it that bad? And the guy's like, oh, I mean, it was, you know, I just didn't want to, and I wasn't working, I wasn't earning. What do you mean you don't want? That means you don't earn. You don't earn. Like accusing him of like no earning, like that was. He's like, well, what's the point in earning if you're upset and you're sad and you're thinking about, you know, doing terrible things. And I just thought that is it's incredibly insensitive. But Alan Brazil has no concept that was mental.
Was there anyone else on that show?
Oh, I believe I was.
Mr. Dean Saunders himself, who, again, we're talking about the same part of the podcast with Alan Brazil and James Acaster. We're talking about an extremely serious mental health condition for this guy, James Acaster, and Alan Brazil has had his golden, had his fun, and then almost profoundly, and I don't know what makes Dean Saunders even turned round and say it, but he just turned round expecting to be, you know, so sincere and just goes, "Tears of a clown." That's saying "Tears of a clown." As if James Acastle's going to go, "That's right, I'm a clown."
Fine, I'll just go on the road, that's me healed.
I am.
It's profound, because I'm a stand-up comedian, I'm a clown, and you've nailed this one, Dean. There was, what else did Alan Brazil say that was hilarious? There was like 4 moments of amazing, oh that was it, so your stand-up wasn't going well, was it? Right at him, and he said, no, stand-up was going well, stand-up was going really well. It's amazing, for anybody who's not seen it.
So are we getting Alan Brazil into the Batman world?
I think Alan Brazil is Dr.
He'd be a good enemy, actually.
I think Sean's right, I think he is Dr.
Into
Problem.
the Rogues Gallery.
100%, he is definitely Dr. Problem.
I think he'd end up prescribing himself all the bevy, to be honest. Just be like, fuck that, there you go, doctor.
Shall we move on to another poll here?
I think so.
Can I just, one thing I'd like to say about that actually, is I could also picture Batman abusing his power, because I know you two don't, but I would like to see some petty abuses, like stealing clothes off people, but like good clothes, like a cruise, or, you know, what's that shop, is it the one with all the football players in the suits, Forbes, that's it? Just hanging outside and grabbing the bags.
You're forgetting that Batman's Bruce Wayne, multi-billionaire.
I know, but he's petty. Every bit, look, Trump's a billionaire. He's still looking for that extra buck. Every building,
Jeff, these robbing people.
This needs more stuff.
Maybe, I don't know. But another thing we were talking about is it'd be pretty cool to see Batman kicking about your local town or city. You know, just hanging from the... Where was he going to be hanging from? The Tron Gate?
There's a tower in the Tron Gate. You could be sipping on a Mango Innis Gunn.
Just
Nice.
Aye, so it'd be pretty cool, but I think it would be very selfish if you took that, and I left it because I'm a man of the people, and I also voted properly last week because I'm a man of the people, so there you go.
So look, it would be fair to say that justice was indeed served, especially to myself.
I would definitely take that.
It was
by the way.
fair, just so we can quash this, because obviously Batman's going to watch this, fair and square today.
Totally, I just want to move on.
Okay, do you apologise to Batman for breaking the law?
Never. Okay. Next slide, please. So, we're on with this one now, which is the Ghost of Tupac Shakur. So this one I actually can read, so here it is here. And it was £19,960.
The year of his death.
Thanks, Sean. But the ghost of Tupac Shakur haunts your house for 6 months. He is insecure, needy, and asks if you like Biggie more than him. He'll mostly be harmless, but will sporadically become aggressive and then pull a ghost, point .40 caliber Glock 22 pistol out and point it at you. Now, where do we start with this one? You have lived with me before, Mark.
I'm still trying to go over that.
And I'm going to actually say that the thought of the ghost of Tupac Shakur haunting your house for 6 months would be better than a lease with myself again.
Agreed. Agree strongly.
I predicted it.
I mean, it wasn't even that hard for me, because I've got good positive uses of Tupac, but living with Stevie was horrendous at times, mainly on his food consumption. Do you know actually the biggest problem of living with Stevie is him stealing food?
Give me an example.
Well, there was one night where I had brought home a pizza and I hadn't ate it. I don't know why, I was just not hungry. But I was planning on eating it later. So I came home and I went for a sleep and I got up and the pizza was fucking gone. The whole thing, not some of it, not a little bit of it, the whole pizza.
It genuinely was, but do you know what's so funny about that? I actually tried to make that one up to you, Mark. Do you remember how I tried to make it up to you?
I don't actually.
Right, this will be funny. So, despite the fact that I consumed the big man's pizza and consumed it, I actually did. I tried to make that up to Mark by sheepishly going, I'll go and get you something for the show. Mark said, fine, no problem.
This is actually lies.
No, just wait. You know what's coming here. This is Mark's memory, I do remember these things. 10 minutes later I came in from the co-op with 8 Kinder Buenos as your dinner.
Yeah, I don't think that counts as making it up to me, Stevie. It sounds like a horrendous deal.
I tried my absolute
Yeah, and
best.
failed.
Well, okay, fine. But anyway, regarding Mr. Shakur himself, still definitely a better option than myself as a flatliner.
I mean, like, so we're looking at the fact that he. I mean, the only concerning part is the aggression, and I don't know so much about ghosts in terms of how far they can enter into from the paranormal world into the real world. But that would be my only concern. But the bit that gives me a bit of comfort is the neediness, so I could prey on that. So if he ever got really wide, I could just say, "Oh, mate, you done that song Changes, changes." It just really fucking wind the cunt up.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty mean, pretty cruel.
He's pulling out guns on me, mate.
But that is part of the deal, you know. You know what you're getting.
I'm just saying, an eye for an eye.
But Stevie, can it be controlled? Can we control them? Can we keep a happy Tupac is a happy house? Can that happen?
I think you can definitely, if you play by his rules and fine, Sean. But
What is his rules?
His rules, I know.
again, I'd imagine if you just did nothing, that would piss him off. And
Wait a minute, if doing nothing pisses him off?
oh, if you just play ball, surely if you just play ball and just show him respect, show him a bit of
So he's needy. So I think if you actually fulfil that neediness and you go, I know, mate, you've had a tough gig. I mean, Biggie did take the piss out of you. I mean, really. So if you just suck up to him,
Who went first, Biggie or Tupac? Who was the first?
Tupac, was it not? Because again, here if there's any fucking rap fans here, I'm getting slaughtered. But was Biggie not allegedly accused of being responsible for Tupac?
I was like 3 years old or something. I have no idea, but I know that they both died. What happened?
Yeah, I think I'm getting nods of that's what happened. So, so I think it was Tupac first, then Biggie. Wow, I don't think you're getting invited to fucking present the Rap Hall of Fame.
I think it depends on the level of poltergeist activity that he can get up to. Like, can he fling lamps about, for example? Because that kind of, the scariest thing I ever seen in a film was that stupid paranormal activity. There was just one moment where it was like in the middle of the day and all the cupboards blew open, and I was in the cinema, and it was the scariest thing I've ever seen. Will Tupac be just blowing all my cupboards open for a laugh?
I don't think he'd be that type of person, though. Really, I don't think he's got nothing to gain.
No, if he did start, I would definitely step up the manipulation.
Is he always there? Is Tupac always there?
In the house, yeah.
Is he always the ghost is there?
I think he's always going to be in that flat for 6 months. Yeah, I don't think he's going to follow you outside to the shop.
No, I don't think. I think by definition he can't leave the house.
Okay, take it then.
You could just take the cunt out of him at the
No problem.
outside. Just go. You can't go out here, mate.
Again, that just sounds absolutely horrible. I don't know why you're trying
He's
to find
potentially pulling out guns on you.
Can you bring a TV crew in and make a big documentary about this?
No, that would because they can't see him.
You can't see him. You can see him.
But what you can do is get the guy into the back room with a mic and make a few records and then sell that stuff.
It's a good idea, actually.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no.
Take it then. Done.
Stunning.
A ghost album with Tupac.
Right, we're going to move on now, and if we can have another slide, this one. Here we go, right?
Oh, is this
Now,
it?
Tupac as a flatmate would indeed be a pest. But speaking of pests, with someone here in this audience who has done nothing but cause extreme polls harassment, flooding us with messages for quite some time. He wants to succeed, where we had a Twitter user called @RecentlyGilbert had failed by devouring 10 Freddos in 1 minute. Fine, we'll go with this one. 10 Freddos in 1 minute.
20 quid. If it's done, 20 quid.
20 quid if it's done.
In fact, 25. We started off at
A tenner.
We actually did start off at a tenner. Why
fucking carried
are you doing this?
because I've turned to the booze.
Is it that, man? No, right, so if we can indeed have Alfie Wellcoat making himself available and attempting this poll for now 25 quid. It was meant to be a tenner, but here we go.
We need to unwrap them, take them out the wrapper. Take
That's
a minute.
it.
I've done wrapped them myself.
No, we'll do that.
I'll do that. Can we get the clock ready?
And give me your phone, I'll film this. This is premium intellectual content.
Yeah, this is for the main source.
This is for the Patreon stuff.
This is the real deal.
There we go.
Give me your phone.
Beer, wash it down there.
Oh, we'll get there. Steady on, sit.
On that.
Right.
There you go, that should be a wee start for you.
Okay, right. Are they all out? Only when you're ready.
Get you all
Only
in.
when you're ready.
You need to be emotionally, physically in the right.
But when you're ready to go, we'll go. If you're happy with the
Take my
playing
jacket off for this
conditions.
and then get stretch out a wee bit.
Start
Cool, we get rocky music on for you.
Right, okay.
Rocky at that man.
So, and if you win, it's a fiver, right? Here we go.
As soon as that first delicious Freddo is consumed, I am starting this selfie.
You're in the right position for this, Anthony. Can everybody see this? Yeah? Good, we've gone on Twitter anyway. Right. I think it's better if
I'm going for you, right?
Aye,
Don't want you.
Aye.
Do you want to stand up?
I don't know, whatever you're most
Whatever playing
comfortable.
conditions you're most comfortable with.
Really?
Standing up. Right, here we go. Right. Right, well, we need to start.
Yeah,
Are you going to
yeah.
start it?
Yeah, just waiting.
Right, so 3, 2, 1,
Go.
It's a good start.
It's a good start, but
Don't have a smell of that.
this isn't going to work.
Techniques like
This isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. How many seconds, man?
We are at 15 seconds.
Fuck, he's done.
How many is he
You
smashed?
could have won
What?
50 quid. You
What?
could have won 50 quid. So,
There's a hunter you could have got there, son.
oh, shall
Oh, tears of a clown.
Is it that bad?
Is it too bad? Are you saying we tampered with the feathers?
Yeah.
What we at?
Alfie, you have 15 seconds left.
Oh, fuck.
Well, that's it. What a shame. Unlucky.
Alfie, whatever you don't eat, keep them for me. There on.
It's alright.
So-
It's okay though.
There is. It's all right. We've got one thing, a consolation prize. If you go,
No, get that back, son. No.
Alfie, if you go to the bar, they will give you a can of Innis Gunn, right? One of these cans of lager, but the secret passcode is Fredo Challenge Failure, right? And they'll give you a can. So
He's waiting for you.
It's secret password, but be discreet about it. And else everybody will rush up and get one.
Lucky Alfie.
Unlucky Alfie, it was pretty amazing. I mean,
Good effort.
good effort, because Gilbert only did one. No, wait, two, didn't he?
Was his problem not as well that he actually kept Freddos in a fridge?
Gilbert kept them in the
He
fridge.
kept him in a fridge. Coming for the greediest guy in this room, and if I was going to do a challenge like that, you don't keep Freddos or chocolate in a
Stevie
fridge.
said today that he'd done 2 in 15 seconds.
I did.
Stevie's a liar. A big liar.
I can believe that, to be honest with you.
Anyway, Alfie, commiserations, but well done on that bevy. Can we get another slide, boss? Now here we are, which is Sean's favourite poll here. It's on £100,000, but you must look after Gizmo the Mogwai for an entire year. You must keep him away from bright light, don't get any water on him, and never feed him after midnight. And we do recommend that you watch the 2 excellent documentaries about this subject, which are Gremlins and Gremlins 2. Sean, you are indeed a huge fan of this poll.
I mean, when I seen this documentary as a young child, my mum and dad were kind enough to put it on the telly, and I was fixated with the species, the Mogwai species, and it's the thing about the Mogwai is its proclivity to play like video games and just literally just vibe with you. Just doesn't he? Just sits there and
Was he playing video games in the documentaries?
I'm pretty sure he was playing a Super Nintendo. Maybe he was watching people play, but that's just good enough. If he wants to sit and watch me play video games. It also, was he not eating food before midnight? He wasn't cheating, but I think he was like, he seemed like a really cool wee guy just to hang about with, and obviously he's like a wee tiny thing.
That's what I was thinking. How could he physically get the controller in his
No,
hand?
I think he would, no, because a wee SNES controller's like, he's just going like that, man. I don't know, I might be making this up, I can't remember the documentary perfectly. But I spoke about this on a podcast many moons ago, and actually my tactic with this, because £100,000, I think that's a good deal, and I think most people in this room could get that done, but I've got a dastardly plan.
Get Gizmo done.
Because in the second documentary, I can't even remember the plot line, but what happens is that Gizmo ends up getting done in again in the water in his back, and then it makes all the gremlins, the bad guys, Spike and all that, whatever. But there's a particular character that comes out called the Professor, and he's really smart, he's like a genius gremlin. Now what I would do is, right, on this, is I would look after Gizmo for 360 days of the year, perfect, keep him in the house, maybe take him out to football matches and all that, and just, you know, generally just keep him happy. But on that 360th day, a wee KFC after midnight, and I'd drop some water on him, just to see if I could get that Professor. Because if I get that Professor, I'm saying to the Professor, look, we'll murder the rest of the wee gremlins that came out, right? Spike and all his pals, get rid of them. But me and you, let's talk business. Let's get into stuff. And I'd spend 4 days coming up with business plans with the Professor, and I'd whatever. And then in the middle of the night, as he's sleeping, I would go in, I'd whack him over the head with a baseball bat, put him in a bag, and I'd fling him in the Clyde. Done. There you go, and I've got $1 billion business ideas off the back of this wee Professor Gremlin.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect any.
I would just go gung ho. I would have about a week kicking about with a big hamster koala bear, and then I would probably get bored of that, and then I would say, fuck it, wee man, super soaker. And just get tore in and just get the good ones out. Because as much as the Professor would be a good laugh and he'd be interesting, and I might get the odd business idea out of him. My favourite one was the one with the eyes that would go around and circle. He was a mad bastard. But I'd get the camera onto him straight away, so I'd actually be super soaking them, but have the camera ready so that I'd get the early footage. I'd sell that.
Who would you sell that to? The Daily Star?
Probably. Just be any horrible outlet that would pay. I might even communicate with them beforehand and say, look, this is going to go here and this is going to happen. And then I would just sell the shit of it. I mean, clearly that might risk a city worth of deaths.
You might forfeit your £100,000, because if any of them... Alright.
No, I'd just go for the gung-ho chaos route, where there is maximum disruption, maximum noise, and there's just utter chaos.
What if they just murder you?
They
Because
won't.
they're pretty sinister.
No, because along with the super soaker, I would have an automatic rifle just ready.
Remember when they take over the pub in the documentary?
But nobody'd really planned for that. I would be planning for the bastards to arrive.
The bit in it where one gremlin has all of the cigarettes in his mouth and he's laughing, going...
A particular
Does he not
favourite.
drink a pint while...
No, he'd be kept.
Again, if they came out and they said, let's just go to the pub and have a laugh, fine, if I could guarantee that. But Spike puts the fear in me. He's a...
No, if any of them come out, I'd just be looking for a Spike and going, right, slit that cunt's throat.
Wow.
He can't be trusted.
How many of our sponsors are we down now, Sean?
We just get an email there from Exxon Mobil, or whatever they're called, Exxon Mobil.
They're done now anyway.
They're out.
Anyway, well, for myself, I think I could have Gizmo for a year, no bother, because when it says to don't feed him after midnight, that's fine, because I would smash everything myself. No problem.
No, you might get peckish. I actually think you've not thought about this. That could be the problem, that you eat all of Gizmo's food. And he's starving, he's like, for fuck's sake, it's just a chip.
Yeah.
And he waits until 2 AM, he's so starved, he's got a bony Gizmo. And then you have to go and he has to find some food, and he has a wee scrap at 2 in the morning. And that's it, boom, Spike is on top of you.
Yeah, you're right.
Ready to go to town.
The RSPCA might be champing your door saying, you're feeding this Mogwai. We've got reports that you've got an undernourished Mogwai.
for Gizmo. Anyway, can we have the next slide, please? So this is a dead interactive one we've got here, right?
Oh, it's really feel good Christmas.
Let me just ask, do we have any best pals in the audience tonight?
And don't be shy.
I know. Oh, okay.
We have clearly got best pals. Is there nobody willing to say they've got a best pal? Alright, one. Right. Read it. Have you read that out?
I'm going to read that.
Right, read it out and we'll see. We'll test your friendship.
£10 million, but you must press a button and your best friend dies. The death is painless. No one knows it was you. And £1 million will be paid to the family of the deceased, and a foundation will be set up.
Wait a minute, Sean, we're actually getting interactions over here as well.
We'll come over to them. Hang a minute. Wait a second. Hello, Mum. Take it or leave it.
Leave it.
And who's your best pal?
Diane.
Diane?
Leave it.
Right. You have a best
Unreal.
friend?
I do, and I remember voting in this one, and I voted leave it.
Oh. Heart of gold. Heart of gold. This was a noisy
I think we might have a take it over
This
here.
is a noisy table over here. Is there any best pals here?
Take it all day.
Take it. Who's the best pal? This poison here.
I actually voted in that. I voted to leave it.
Oh,
That's only 2 minutes ago.
I'll be there for you.
Is that the one I voted in?
To be fair, they're too rich to care, so. I took 10 million.
Rest in peace, eh?
I need to get a foundation.
Exactly.
You got him a gift for Christmas.
My foundation.
There you go. Is there any other best pal? Last call for best pals of what you know, what the other one? Nobody? Very, very. I mean, I've got to say, that's pretty honourable.
Would not be us, Sean, would it? Would not be this podcast.
No. No, I wouldn't kill my best pal for 10 million. Not a chance.
And by the way, see for the live poll that we put out,
Yes.
let me tell you who has won it. The wee man himself,
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski. So yes, if we can have the slide for Mike Wazowski, please. Which is indeed one of our classic polls that we put out.
Why did Mike Wazowski win? That was the best one.
I thought Tyson would win it.
Oh, just put Tyson up on home talk like that.
But yes, it would be indeed Mike Wazowski. And
Put that thing back up where it came
I
from. Also help me.
I'll read it because Stevie's
I'm having a nightmare here.
inferior eye power. £15,000. But for 1 year, Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. wakes you up every Saturday at 6 AM and refuses to let you go back to sleep. He spends all day with you repeating everything, makes a mess everywhere, and tries to eat anything you are eating. He is the epitome of irritating. It sounds like someone sitting to my left when you lived with Mark.
I have to say that me and Mark don't agree on a lot of things as friends, but what we do agree on is that Michael Wazowski himself, absolute legend, correct?
Absolutely.
Hero.
Guy's amazing.
I mean, to me that is a no-brainer.
Any particular favourite songs?
One that goes by, put that thing back where it came from, or So Help Me.
So help me, so help me.
What a wonderful wee guy, but I can't imagine why, even with Mike Wazowski being the epitome of irritating, I can't imagine how that would be a nightmare, because he's, again, he would make more than the 15 grand.
I've not seen this one for a while, and the fact it's a Saturday, I'd be waiting for the whole week for that Saturday to come. I'd be like, oh fuck, Mike, I've not seen you, mate.
6 AM though.
No problem. Done.
Would you not be cashing in more as well, with Comic Cons and everything too?
Everything, the full shebang. I'd be like, Mike, I need you to meet some new people.
What height's Mike Wazowski?
Well, I'm taller than him, but I think he's definitely about, I think he's 3 foot something.
Is he so he's small? I don't know why that makes a difference to be taking that or leaving it, but I would like to hang about with him. Aye, bring him over. sit and watch the football with him all day.
And he actually is a scary bastard. I mean, despite in that movie, I mean, a guy with one eye walking about the town. I don't think that's going to get done too well with
He's so well-natured and big-hearted and...
I bet people don't see that at the first look. They don't go, oh, what a personality and heart that boy's got.
True.
They just see idol and they go, scary bastard.
I don't know, knowing you, Mark, I think you're being very naive here. I think you'll be very...
Not in the slightest. If I knew that he was who he is, I mean, if he had other skills and potential criminal activity in him, then I might say no, but
that 10th Saturday though, you've been out on the booze, as Alan Brazil would say.
I just leave my boozy nights during the week.
Mike comes in and he goes, was it that bad, really? Was it that bad? And you're like,
52 mics a year. It'd be a pleasure.
True. What about that same deal, but it's Alan Brazil?
Same. I think Wazowski would be easier than Brazil, to be honest with you, but I would still take it.
Fair enough.
What about you, Sean?
No, it's not worth it. I mean...
Did you not say yes before?
Probably. But I'll say anything. I'll say anything for money. I'll say anything. I'll lie, I'll steal, I'll cheat. I don't care. And now in this real moment, I don't know, 6 AM just seems...
It's one day
He
a week.
refuses to let you go back to sleep. I know, but £15,000 for
Actually,
that,
you
and
would
keeping-
fucking struggle with that. I've never
course I
seen
would.
you at 6 AM for about 5 years.
So, I'm not gonna, no, I wouldn't take that, Stevie, but thanks for the offer.
Very welcome. Well, it's definitely a yes from me.
Get Mike Tyson up.
Let's finish off in Mike.
Get Mike Tyson up. We thought Mike Tyson would win that thing. We actually
Yeah, very
strategically
much
put it
planned
out so
on him
Mike
winning
Tyson
it.
would win. And then for whatever reason, people wanted Mike Wazowski, the wrong Mike. The Mike Tyson one's a proper challenge.
Fine. So this was
Did we get the slide?
Can we get
I think the
this okay?
slide's
We
there
get
as
the
well.
slide?
I think it is back one.
A wee
Mr.
bonus
Tyson.
for his. The Mike Tyson one's just go.
Here we go.
Oh, there he is.
I can read this one,
Right,
Sean.
on you go.
Aye, well, so it's £1 million, but every morning for a year, Mike Tyson bursts into your room looking to achieve a KO, sorry. He has 30 seconds to do this and trains beforehand. You can use methods to evade him, weapons to defend yourself, and try to talk him out of it, but you cannot kill him. Now, 66% of naive people said they would take that. However, you guys have also came up with plans to evade this, I believe, on other podcasts.
Yes, Mike Tyson, and I believe the phrase that was used was, I said, Mike Tyson, it's manageable.
Yes.
I think it is manageable. And my main logic behind it is that when Mike Tyson fights traditionally, he would be fighting on 2 feet. He's a boxer, right? See if you're in bed, lying down, how's he, I mean, what damage is he going to do? I mean, he's going to be punching down the way. He's going to have the boxing gloves on as well. So, and if the shape of a boxing glove is very difficult to do like a hammer fist, so it would be really awkward and clumsy for him. I mean, he's going to give you some serious damage, let's make no bones about that, but I think it could be awkward enough for him to be disheartened within the first 15 seconds.
See the thing,
Or just stand up and trade with him.
but even although his technique might not be on point, he's not going to stop and go, that didn't work. He's going to pummel you until he actually gets it.
True, he's got 30 seconds. And we didn't specify here, but Don King is also there, just sitting there going.
And he also is taking it extremely seriously.
And
as
Don
well.
King takes all the money off Mike at the end of the day. But no, I think you're putting yourself in a lot of danger, but I think the money's good enough. It's good enough.
So when does the 30 seconds start?
As soon as he burst through your room, and we always said it could be like 8 AM in the morning, first thing. It could be at some point 9 PM after.
But it's like Tyson in the early 90s,
Pete Tyson. 100%.
Pete Tyson.
Yes.
Just right out of jail. Absolutely. Just,
He's still going to have tattoos on his face and everything. Yes.
And he's just hungry for revenge.
Yes, he wants to eat wings, that Tyson.
Straight up.
I actually said
so. The only other tactic you could do is have your bed really far from the door.
Yeah.
So that you have enough of an alarm that he's coming.
Or do Home Alone with Mike Tyson and have like set wee booby traps for him. You know? the iron flings down, hits him in the head, and he stumbles in.
And then you all get wise to that, and you've got another 364 days to think of another plan.
Because
But you could just employ Dr. Problem and get him to go through, or Alan Brazil, whatever you want to call him,
Tyson.
whatever he goes by these days.
Tyson didn't like a drink, didn't
Exactly.
he? You apply him with vodka.
He liked to drink, he liked sweet hookers, he liked quite a lot. I mean, he's, yes, so, but I don't know, a vice a day, you could just go through them all.
Yeah, I'm taking that. Even now, was it not a year ago
Yes.
to roughly the day that we were talking about that?
I think
on the
I said
first
I wouldn't
podcast?
take it then, and I'm still saying it now.
No.
The guy will kill you. The guy just will kill you.
mad.
He's a monster.
Is there anyone in here that's going to take that? No?
We have reasonable explanation, because the guy will fucking murder you.
No?
Well done, everybody. They value their lives, so there you go.
Spent more than you.
I just remember, and any boxing fans in here might be able to actually explain better than me, but I remember he punched a guy and he was lying back like that with Adam's apple hanging out, and I thought, that's not a good look.
What about just rope-a-dope him?
So the idea he gets 300 odd days to just smash my coupon in, no chance.
That money, but £1 million.
It doesn't matter, £1 million being disabled is no use.
I don't think he's got it in him. I don't think he's got it in him.
As everyone can imagine, knowing the state of myself and my abilities to get out of situations, I don't think I'd be getting out that one with Tyson physically anyway. I'd have to rely on some mental health issue and just maybe try and convince him that I was seriously ill.
Aye, once that's it done, he's like, aye,
He's
fuck.
no what he's wising
I
up to
know.
that for.
Aye, that was yesterday's excuse, mate, come on, what's today?
Yeah, I'm going to side with Mark on that one. It is a solid leave.
Leave it to those who are willing.
The only thing I've got is, can you jump out of the room?
Jump away from him, bounce all.
So get a window with an exit,
I don't think anyone's getting it.
with a little pad, and just go get up, you Michael.
Who has worn boxing gloves? It's not comfortable. When you've got boxing gloves on, I mean, he's in a room, right? And he's got boxing gloves on. He's basically got hooves, right? All he's got is big hooves. And granted, it's Mike Tyson, but he's not jabbing and slipping a jab and hitting a hook in a big nice open space. He's falling over a bed and it was chaos.
But it's Mike Tyson. And he's still got the big, destroying hands. I just don't see any scenario where brain damage isn't happening.
Losing.
I'm taking it. I don't care. I'm taking it all day long.
Rest in peace.
And I look forward to seeing.
Amazing to know you.
I look forward to seeing
Anybody
Mike.
wants to be another co-host here, please make yourself known. But I guess all we can say is to the Record Factory for hosting this event, Innis Gunn for their support, and to everyone who's came to the show, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.